Do you want a collection that looks like this, but your wallet tells you you can only have a collection that looks like this? Well, in this video, we're going to go over some tips and tricks on how you can get that collection you want, but on a budget. Doesn't matter if you're a kid buying Pokemon cards with your allowance, or if you're a grown adult buying your Pokemon cards with grown adult money. We're going to go over ways that you can make your dollar stretch better. With number one, it's very simple. You need to figure out how much you want to set aside as a budget for your Pokemon card collecting, because there's nothing worse than overspending and realizing you didn't get exactly what you wanted and now you don't have any money left, so you can't get what you wanted. So you want to set aside a budget of how much you are willing to spend every month on your Pokemon card collection. Tip number two is know what you are going to collect. Because again, you can buy and buy and buy, and at the end of the day, you don't have exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking for if you're looking to collect Charizard, well, don't go out and buy Paradox Rift, because you're not going to find a Charizard in there. Just like if you're looking for newer Pokemon and you don't want the original 151, well, don't go out and buy a ETB of 151, because you're not going to get what you're looking for. So you want to make sure to do your research. A great place to do that is either Poke Collector, which there's an app and a website. I'll leave a link down below for that. There's also tcgplayer.com, where you can see all the cards, both of these sites. You can see all the cards that Pokemon makes and what sets they're in, so you can know where you can get those cards. And the good thing about TCG Player, which we'll go into a little deeper later, is that you can buy the cards right there too. Which brings us into tip number three. Instead of buying booster boxes or booster packs all willy-nilly, do your research to find out if the cards you're looking for are in those packs or in those sets. Also, if you only need one or two cards from a set, it might just be better if you buy the single cards instead of spending your money on booster packs hoping you get the card that you're looking for. So once you do your research, once you find out what your card or what the card is valued at that you're trying to get, that's when you start looking. Maybe TCG Player is the best place to get it. Maybe not. Check different stores, both online and in person. Card shops. Obviously, you're not going to be able to buy singles and stuff like that at Walmart or Target, but if you go to your local card shops, they might have the single you're looking for, and maybe you could get a better deal, plus you don't have to pay for shipping. That's something you're going to want to pay attention to also, especially buying online, is a card might be valued at a really good price. Maybe you find a $15 card on eBay, they're only selling it for $5, but then the shipping is $15. Well, now you're just spending $20 on the card that's only worth $15, even though you thought you got your great deal at $5. So you want to make sure you pay attention to everything. Shipping, price, all together is what you should be trying to value your card at. Another thing, if you're trying to find sealed product, is look for sales and discounts at your local stores. Many retailers, especially around Black Friday, Christmas time, they have great deals on Pokemon cards, so that's when you want to buy your sealed product. And another thing that I forgot to mention earlier, when buying singles, do not buy them when they're brand new. Wait. Even if it's just 3 or 4 months, just wait. Because the prices are going to go down. For me, I collect Charizard. I love Charizard. I bought a lot of Obsidian Flames to try to get those Charizard cards. Looking back, I shouldn't have done that. I should have listened to this tip here and waited until those Charizard cards came down to where they are now. Because I spent a lot of money on ripping Obsidian Flames to pull those Charizards. And unfortunately, I only got one. It was the gold one, which I love. But I spent a lot of money to get that card. When now, I can get that card for like $25, $30. And the chase card that I really wanted, I can get for $55 or $60. That card was going for almost $200 at one point when Obsidian Flames first came out. So you can save a ton of money if you just wait. The cards aren't going anywhere. You're gonna find a good deal down the road. You don't need to be the first one to get it. It'd be nice if you were, but you don't need to be. So for tip number 6, let's say you pull a bunch of cards and you get a bunch of duplicates, or you have cards in your collection that you bought a while back and it just doesn't fit with your collection anymore. So what can you do with those cards? Well, there's a couple of options. One, you could trade it. Trading is a great way to expand your collection, and you don't have to spend any money to do it because you've already gotten those cards. And then somebody out there is collecting the card that you have 2 of. Well, maybe you want to keep one, but you can trade the other, and maybe they have something that you like. So you have to build those relationships, because you never know. Somebody might be out at a card show and see something that they know you collect, and if you tell them, hey, look, I collect Bulbasaur. There's a very rare Bulbasaur card that I cannot find. Well, that person might find that Bulbasaur and then get it so they can trade with you. It's wonderful to make those connections in this hobby. Now, when you are doing these trades, you want to make sure that you're fair. You don't want to trade a $5 Pikachu to somebody for a $100 Charizard. And just like you wouldn't want them to trade you a $5 Pikachu for a $100 Charizard. You want to make sure that everything's fair, because at the end of the day, you want that person to come back to you if they have something else that they really like and that you really like. Now, if you have a lot of cards that you're trying to get out of your collection so you can repurpose that money, let's say, and you're not able to trade for whatever reason, or you want to get out of them quick, you can always sell them. We're going to look at 3 platforms that you can sell your Pokemon cards. The first one is going to be eBay. Now on eBay, what you're going to sell is you're going to sell your graded cards, you're going to sell your sealed product, you're going to sell higher end cards, you're going to sell bulk lots. So let's say you have a bunch of Pikachus, but you don't really want to collect Pikachu anymore. Well, you can sell all of those. Let's say you have 50 Pikachu cards. You can put all those into a bulk order and say, all right, I've got 50 Pikachu cards. I'll sell them to you for $100, depending on the cards, obviously. If it's lower end, then you want to go cheaper than that. But just depending on the value of the cards. And then somebody might want to start a collection of Pikachus, and they see that and they're like, oh, that'd be perfect. And then they buy it from you. You take that money and you reinvest it, or put it back into your collection on something that you're collecting now. You can also do mystery packs. Now, please, for the love of God, don't rip people off with mystery packs. There's nothing I hate more than spending $25 on a mystery pack and getting like $5, $6 worth of cards. Don't rip people off. You wouldn't want it to happen to you, so don't do it to other people. Try to find a medium ground. So let's say you have mystery packs, you sell them for $15. On the low end, they get $10 of value. On the high end, they get $20, $25 of value. Well, you're going to end up making your money back because the cards, the packs that you sold for $10, well, you made $15 off of them. And the cards, or the packs that you sold for $20, well, yeah, or the value is $20. Yeah, you only got 15, but you made it up for that $10 pack. So you will get your money. And then the next thing that not a lot of people talk about, but something I might start getting into, is selling pre-made decks on eBay. So basically what you could do is, if you have a bunch of bulk, you could put all that together, build decks, themed deck, and sell it on eBay. Somebody that's just getting into the game, they might want to find a quick deck and find it on eBay. Okay, perfect. Now you sell that to them. You take that money and you put it back into your collection. Another place you can go is tcgplayer.com. That's a great place to sell. This one will take a little bit more time though, because of the type of cards that really sell well on there. And that's playable cards. Now, the good thing about playable cards is they're very easy to get. Bad thing is they're not gonna be worth a ton of money, but it's better than selling everything in bulk and getting pennies on the dollar. If you sell these playable cards, you can get 25 cents, 50 cents, $1. Sometimes you can even get a couple of dollars for a trainer card that's just sitting in your closet. So go through all those cards, check out TCG Player to see what the market's at for them, and maybe put a bunch on there. And like I said, it will take some time. It does take work too, because you're going to need to do the shipping and all that kind of stuff. So don't expect it to be super easy. And then on TCG Player, you can also sell your sealed product just like you can on eBay. Another thing, let's say you have a bunch of commons, uncommons, rares, holo rares that are just sitting in your closet. You don't really want to take the time to do it on TCG Player. Well, you can bring it maybe to a local card shop. I would always call ahead just to ask if they do buy in bulk, because you don't want to lug your whole bulk collection over to them and they're like, no, we don't do that, sorry. Many places do though, because they do have the time and the energy to price out those bulk purchases to TCG Player and stuff like that. So they might be willing to give you 5 cents a card, 3 to 5 cents a card usually, and they'll go ahead and flip that for a little bit of a profit. Now you can take that money. Sometimes they'll give you store credit, which you can then use to purchase cards from them. So really, in a way, they're basically trading. You trade them the bulk and they give you store credit to buy something in their store. And they usually give you a little bit more if they do that, because they don't lose any money at that point. So I know it was kind of rapid fire going through these tips. If you do have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. Just remember, by following these tips, you can get the collection that you're looking for. Depending on what type of collection you're doing, it might take some time, but you can get there. You just have to remember to be patient, be smart with your money, do your research, and make the right choices on what you're buying. If you did like this video, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I would love it if you subscribe. And if you do subscribe, then maybe I can help you even more on collecting those beautiful Pokemon cards.